Certainly some encouraging news from West 56 on this beautiful Thursday at the Colts practice facility. Wide receiver Alec Pierce has returned to the practice field for the first time in who knows how long. He's been out the last 5 months recovering from off-season ankle surgery, so it was good to see him out there this afternoon with the helmet on, with cleats on, with his jersey on, running different routes and just being on the receiving end of some passes and throws. Obviously, still a little bit more work to do as he looks to make his way back to the field. He says he wants to come back for week 1. We'll just see how it goes, but the work is certainly ramping up for the $114 million receiver. He talked with us after practice on what it's like to just be back out there. We also heard from Shane Steichen and just what Alec Pierce means to the other guys when he's out there on the field. We talked to some of the defensive players as well as the Colts get ready for their preseason finale against the Detroit Lions on Saturday.
How good was it to get back out there?
It was good. It was good, Missed it.
What kind of reception did you get from the guys? It seemed like they were eager to get you back.
Yeah, no, it was fun to be back out here. A lot of guys were happy to see me. Kind of snuck my way back in there, so got a lot of guys just were noticed me in stretch lines and stuff, so it was fun.
How did it feel, and what are some things that you feel like you've got to fine tune before its full systems go?
Yeah, just first time being back out here, wearing the helmet, playing with the other NFL players, right? So it's you got to knock a little bit of rust off, but been working in PT, been working kind of off and on with the trainers. They've been doing a good job preparing me, getting me ready. So it's just a little different once you get back out here. Get timing from Daniel and these other NFL arms. So
I know we don't see what you do behind the scenes with the trainers. How long have you been really ramped up off the side?
Yeah, I've been ramping up all throughout camp. So it's really since whenever we reported end of July.
We always want to know, are you ahead of schedule, behind schedule? Or are you on your schedule?
I'm on my schedule. Well, we're where we want to be.
Alex,
I know, Coach. I know.
You expect to be ready for week 1, and also just mentally, how did you just get through the last few months of not playing football?
Yeah, that week 1's the goal, and mentally, it is tough. You just got to find ways to try and stay in it, because you're gonna be in those meetings and stuff, and as it's good to be around the guys. They keep your spirits up and stuff, because sitting and watching film and watching walkthrough, watching practice, it gets a little monotonous. You want to be out there. You want to be out there, helping the team, making plays with the team, working with your brothers, So, but the guys have been great. They've been checking in with me, just other than just not being out there on the field, everything's been the same.
I know you've been watching from afar, from the sidelines, but how did it feel to actually be out there with all the talent around you? You talk about DJ, you talk about your wide receivers.
Yeah, no, it felt great. It's good. It's good to be able to finally join the field with Keenan. Excited we added him. He's a guy you can learn so much for. DJ getting back out there, working some timing. Yeah, it's great. That's what I want to do. I want to be out here. That's the fun part about it, is getting to play football.
You mentioned Keenan, and we were talking to Mo Ali Cox and a few others. They were saying he's often your teach tape in film. So what is it like to have that in person, and how do you think he can help your game? Yeah,
it's super special. Just picking up little things. One, I see the way he prepares, the way he watches film and kind of studies the game. That's something I'm trying to pick his brain on and learn from a little bit. And then two, just like watching little moves. He's constantly working on things. Walk through, he's throwing little moves out there and stuff. So I think I'm kind of learning, and you just always watch that and try to pick up stuff from his game, steal from his game a little bit.
Well, conditioning-wise, how do you feel? Because it's a lower body injury, so
yeah,
I'm sure you have to limit yourself to some degree. So how do you feel that way?
Yeah, I feel good. That's been the whole thing with this this past month is really ramping up and kind of building that stamina back up, and more so I would say even leg, not like cardio stamina, but leg-wise stamina. So just getting back to it. They do a great job in the training room and the sports science. Having say we want you to hit these numbers today. Last week we did this. This week, we want to get 20% more, whatever it is. So leave that to them. I trust in them, and from how I'm feeling, I can tell they're doing their job and they're doing well.
Is this the longest absence you've had? I don't know. I can't remember your injury history off the top of my head.
Yeah, this is the longest I've been on, for sure.
And so that was new for you, right? So
yeah.
What did you find throughout what you learned about having to be away from football for so long?
Yeah, it makes you, being out and watching and standing on the sideline makes you appreciate the game. appreciate the grind that is practice, appreciate all that, because, you know, especially like times like this, it's tough to practice, and it's hot, and sometimes it can be a little bit miserable out there feeling, but you know, being on the sideline makes you miss it, makes you want to be out there, you know, and just be with your teammates, your brothers.
In the next 2 weeks, what are, like, is it speed, is it strength, is it quickness? Like, what are the things that you feel like are separating you from being like what you would say is 100%, and what you're trying to work on in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I would say all those.
Yeah.
You've had a chance to look at the team. Where do you think they are, and how do you think you can help them?
I think they're looking good. You know, I think I reflect back to last year, and just knowing, like, we didn't probably know our starting quarterback until around this time, so or maybe a week or two prior. So I think the amount of reps like we've got at camp and the chemistry we built, even though like we just added Keenan, I know he's a guy that, just being such a vet, I think he can click in, and like him and Daniel build chemistry fast, I would expect. But then other than that, just like Daniel being in the huddle, you know, working with the guys. We got a lot of guys who might have been their first start, like on the line. Like last year, I think a lot of guys was their first year. This year, I think most of them are back. I know, like, I guess Jalen's probably the only new starter, but he got a decent amount of experience last year. So yeah, I think we're definitely, you know, in terms of like being together and being on the team, I think we're probably ahead of what we were last year. So I think that's a good sign.
Given that chemistry and that connection that you have with Daniel, how confident are you where you guys can pick up right where you've left off?
Yeah, I'm confident. You know, I think we continued to get better every game we had last year, and I think if you kind of look at it like as the season, from the start of the season to like week 8 of the season, like if you just looked every week, I think we were getting better chemistry and on the same page. So I don't think anything has changed in that. I think we're going to pick off where we left off last year and continue to like keep building that.
You walked us through You walked us through a little bit when we talked in June, just about the whole process of going with the PRP shot the couple of days after the season ended, and then having to wait 8 weeks, getting surgery in late March. Was the choice to avoid surgery until March just because as an athlete you want to avoid that whenever possible, or I guess kind of in hindsight, can you reflect or kind of take us through the thought process and what these last 6 months have been like?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely with the mindset of like trying to avoid the knife as much as possible. You know, like I think you can do a lot with PT and rehab, and you know, so that's what we did. We did that shot, and I started a bunch of PT and rehab, and we scanned to see if the issue had been solved, and it hadn't been solved. And then we found out kind of had something bone-wise was causing the issue, so just went ahead and kind of, you know, got rid of the issue, so didn't continue to hurt myself.
And then when this rehab process is all said and done, is the expectation that you'll be back 100% the exact same guy that you were before this?
Yes.
Alec being back at practice, what was your reaction to that and what you did today?
Yeah, it was great to have him back out there. Obviously, he's been working really hard to get to this point, so it's awesome to see him out there. We'll ramp him up. He's still running out there right now, so it's great to have him.
From just a human standpoint, he's been out for a while,
Yeah.
So how much do you just check on him throughout that whole process, just mentally getting to this point today?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of checkups. I think there's small conversations that go on weekly with him and where he's at in his process, and he's handled it really well. And to have him back out here, obviously 2 weeks before, you know, we start the season is big for our football team.
Rich talked about, you know, the big thing is getting him back in shape.
Yeah.
And then game shape.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have been taking care of that.
Yeah, no, that's real for sure. I mean, we got 2 weeks to get him ramped up, and he's a veteran, you know, he's a pro, so I know he's going to handle it the right way, and we'll be smart as we ramp him up, get him ready for week 1.
You said he'll be in teamwork next week, or is it too early to say?
It's too early to say right now. We're going to ramp him up, and we'll go from there.
What's AJ Holliday out with?
He has an ankle. He's dealing with an ankle right now.
How much juice do you think the team gets from Alec coming back? I saw they were pretty hyped up.
Yeah, a lot of juice. Anytime you have a star player come back off an injury and be out there with the guys, I mean, it brings a lot of juice to the football team, both sides of the ball. Like I said, it's great to have him back.
Is this a veteran rest day for Buck, or is he still dealing with his neck?
Yep, veteran rest day, yep.
I think this was the first day we've seen first team with Anthony and Riley since the spring.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see from them today?
I thought they did some good things. I thought they made some plays, a lot of tight red zone work today, which was good for them. It was good to get, you know, Anthony those reps with the ones, as he's going to be out there with the ones. So give him that opportunity, and I thought it went well.
Shane, what are the challenges of such a quick turnaround or roster cuts?
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations that take place during this week. And then obviously we're going to have to make some big decisions come Saturday night. There's going to be a lot of conversations. There's a lot of roster battles, that we're still evaluating. So I think even this preseason game, it's going to be big for a lot of guys, on Saturday.
There's a receiver in particular. It does seem like you have a lot of moving parts roster-wise there. Without getting into particulars, I mean, just how do you see that, I guess?
I think, with where that's at right now, I think that, 5th, 6th spot, or, however that shakes out, got to have special teams value. We take that into account. And so those are ongoing conversations that we've had, throughout training camp and this week as well.
If there's an injury in Saturday's game, do you guys have enough time to get like the scans and everything for the roster by 6 the next day? Or?
Yeah, we'll figure that out. I mean, we can get that done Sunday morning. Let's not talk about injuries. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, those are ongoing conversations. That's going to be one of the biggest decisions we have to make because, like I said before, those guys are both starting kickers in this league, and so it's going to be a big decision for us.
Kind of a random one, but Trey Washington last year around this time had the injury with Salman Ahmed. What have you seen from over the last year just to kind of bounce back from that and contribute to this team?
Yeah, I think he's done a really nice job in camp. I've been really pleased with what he's doing. Understanding the defense is a big part of it. He's playing fundamentally sound, and he's made a ton of plays through training camp. So I really like where Trey's at.
Yesterday, Mooney Ward said that Justin Woolley may have had the best camp of anybody. With his missing the entirety of last year, what are the strides that you have seen from him coming back?
Tremendous strides, going through his rehab process to get back out here, OTAs through training camp. The one thing I love about Wally is his demeanor. He's got a natural feel for the position, what you need at that position, the tight coverage, the sticky coverage, the way he plays the game, understanding playing the corner spot, playing the nickel spot. I mean, there's a lot on his plate, and he's very cerebral in that regard. And he had a hell of a camp, so we're excited for him this season.
Shane, when you started camp, did you? I mean, you knew Daniel was in a good place, but were you sure that he was going to be able to take all the reps and not miss Dave and all this?
Yeah, I mean, I felt really good about it. Having those conversations, before camp started, we started to ramp those conversations up about 2 weeks before we started training camp and where he was at in his process and talking to the trainers and the doctors. He felt really good. They felt really good, and they said, hey, let's let him go. And he felt the same way. So I was just really pleased with, him all camp.
Mooney told us yesterday that he feels like his back injury is something that might continue on through the season. How do you envision that? Is it just going to have to be a week-to-week thing to evaluate him?
Yeah, we'll monitor him, and we'll have a plan for him. Obviously, he's really important to our football team, so there might be vet rest days throughout the week, to get him to Sunday, and that's going to be important, in his process and our process with him.
Shane, last one here.
Keenan's going to play, and Buck's going to play as well. I told Buck, if you want to play 2 plays, I'm good. So, so wherever he's at, and if he feels good after one, we're good. So.
Just Keenan wants to run?
Yeah, Keenan wants to play too as well. He wants to get back out there and be with the guys. So, he'll get a series or 2, and we'll go from there.
I guess so overall, generally this week, do you like how you guys are able to get back and kind of get back to the standard that kind of lacked last Saturday?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always good to come back out and continue working on the things that you need to get better at, prepare for, and being back here, it's always also nice. I mean, being back where where you're normally at. So get back to work.
You worked a lot at center, second team center throughout the summer. How do you think that move has gone for you?
I think it's been great. I mean, I've been having a lot of fun in there. I mean, a lot of support from the guys in the room, Coach Tony, Watt, really everybody. It's another challenge. I mean, I've been enjoying the challenge of learning a new spot and really challenging myself to get everything that I need to do there and also bump out the guard if I need to as well.
What are some of the challenges of making sure you're as sharp as possible at center, but knowing that, okay, I still need to make sure I can do the guard stuff as well?
Right. I mean, obviously making the IDs, communicating with everybody in the O-line, tight ends, running backs, QBs. Big part's communication and just making the IDs and always make sure you get the snap back there and your technique is as good as you want it to be and as good as it needs to be.
You not only have to adapt between spots, but you're adapting for a rotation of different quarterbacks over the course of camp. How have you been able to navigate that with the 3 different guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think the QB room does really good of trying to get everything in sync of how they're doing it, how they're communicating, their cadences. I feel like they've been doing a really good job with that, and it's really helping us out, especially me being a new center. I mean, it really helps out. So.
How did the goals go last for you guys? What are some things you're looking to get out of this last preseason game?
Really just go out there and everyone go play, make some plays, keep working on the things that we need to have been working on for the past preseason, and just go out there and compete and just have fun together.
How difficult is the shotgun snap, just doing it over and over again?
First time doing it, it's pretty difficult, but once you keep doing it and just doing the repetitions over and over again, you just got to find that spot and send it back there with confidence. So.
Was it something you'd ever done before?
No, I haven't. So that's why it's been so fun, just learning something new. So.
What's been most beneficial having Tanner there working alongside him?
Oh, he's been in my pocket the whole time, like telling me how he sees stuff, how he snaps it, and just how he sees the line. He's helping me study. It's been really big. Everyone in the whole O-line room has been a really big help.
From the start of camp to now going into the final preseason game, what are the greatest strides that you have seen with this defense?
I think this communicating. The communication standpoint, like, it was a lot of new pieces, not a lot of new faces from the rookie, from the free agents. So this, again, like that togetherness from the communication standpoint, and these guys like trusting each other, trusting the calls they get, the checks and all that stuff, and just getting lined up, being able to play fast.
How significant has that communication, getting on the same page with Cam, been?
I think it's easy because, Cam's a smart player, so, he learned the defense pretty quick last year, so this is refreshers for him, so, it's easy to communicate with him, and, he understands the defense. A bunch of guys understand it, so, really it's easy with him.
What are the defense's goals for the third preseason game?
Talking about from, like, the first group, or as a whole?
Just as a whole.
As a whole, it's definitely not putting what we put on tape last week. Going out there dominating, whoever's on the field is dominating, playing fast, and just setting a standard for this defense, what we're going to be about, and just running and hitting and just playing fast and having fun.
We've seen you and Jalen Carlisle take a lot of the first team reps at linebacker over the last week or two. What is the chemistry and relationship like with him, and what do you feel like if it turns out that way that you two bring to the table for a first team defense?
Yeah, we definitely been growing. We're like playing more beside each other, just talking, feeling off of each other, just seeing how each other play, like playing styles, and being able to, kind of like read each other's mind on how he likes to play, how I like to play, and this being able to execute whatever the play call is. He's physical, he's fast, he can cover things that Lou wants out of linebackers, and we just got to keep stacking days, stacking weeks.
Have you ever had a safety wear the green dot in your career, and I guess what's it been like just transitioning to that?
Yeah, actually, Cincinnati our first year, because we had a young room just kind of similar to here, and Von Bell, he kind of wore the green dot. Guy that was going to be on the field most of the time throughout the 3 downs, so yeah.
Since you know the defense so well, have you seen some progression from Lou and even added some tweaks to it that you said, oh, I like that?
I ain't gonna tell you the play calls. No, most definitely added a few in there, but similar thing. But like you said, added little tweaks in there. Some stuff we've seen that he might like in the first couple of weeks that's gonna help us play faster, help us execute some things that we like against the opponent. So he most definitely done tweaked some things, added some things since our last betting with him.
For you, having this stretch of consistency, consecutive weeks, stacking the days, just how grateful are you to get through training camp, be at this point, going to preseason, prepping for the regular season, and really just be healthy?
It's a blessing, going into my third year, having some mishaps in my second year, and also getting injured my first year. Just a blessing to be healthy coming into this year and be able to play with my teammates again.
In the time that you were away and you were rehabbing, how did you try to stay engaged so when you were healthy and ready to go, you could take advantage of the opportunities as you seemingly have in this camp?
Consistently talking with my coaches, asking questions in meetings, consistently still going to meetings, watching practice when I'm able to and things like that. Just always kept me in the loop and always just kept my mental good as well, just being around my teammates and my coaches. They just kept me involved and it just made me feel like I was still welcome there.
I know we've seen you and Akeem take a lot of the first team reps at linebacker over the last week or two. What do you feel like the chemistry is between you two guys and what you could bring to a first team unit if you guys do play a lot together?
Keem the vet in the room. Keem definitely helps everybody out. He helps us out on the field. He helps us out off the field. Whenever we have questions, he answers them. And so, when I always have questions, I'll ask him. And he does his best every time to help me out. And it's always usually just clicking on all cylinders after that. So, it's a blessing to really have him beside me. especially just in our room in general, because, you know, we're a real young room. So just being able to have that vet experience with Keem, it just helps us out a lot.
Jalen, you've always been really comfortable in coverage, obviously, but it felt like this training camp you took a real step forward in terms of working downhill and making plays in the run game. Even though you've been out, do you just feel more comfortable being a linebacker now?
Definitely feel more comfortable being a linebacker because it all just comes with reps, you know, whether it's mental reps or whether it's physically getting them. You know, it starts with just being able to see the picture, and then once you're able to get into the system and actually do the plays, you know, and do the assignments that you're given, it helps out a lot, and it's made me real comfortable as well. Like I said, you know, with missing last year, not even really be able to get those reps during the season, coming through OTAs and this training camp in the offseason, getting these reps now, it definitely made me more comfortable in the position.
I know you mentioned the reps. Entering year 3, besides health, what specifically are you looking at to say, okay, this is where I need to grow or have grown as a linebacker?
You know, talking with my coaches, you know, they're giving us stuff throughout OTAs and training camp and different things like that, and we write them down. Coach Betcher always tells us, write down 2 things you need to work on today, you know, and we put those 2 things in our notes, and we always try to execute them when we come back out here. And I feel like I'm making those steps and progressing forward with doing those things. You know, it's always still something to work on that I can get better at, and I just continue to try to prove that and drive with that as well.
So the arrow certainly pointing up for Alec Pierce just to get back on the field. Step 1 today. Now we just see how the next couple of weeks progress as he continues to rehab that ankle. And now it's just about becoming a little more comfortable with it, confident in it. But as you heard him say, he does feel pretty good where he's at right now. So the Colts will wrap up their preseason on Saturday against the Detroit Lions. They'll be at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. Be sure to stay with us on Channel 13 and right here on our free streaming app for all of your Colts coverage as the season comes closer and closer.